Hey man, we're here with Mr. Elliot. I would call him Mr. Elliot because he's the one, I can't believe my co-host is here, big Dallas Cowboy fan, he's a big Zeke fan. But let me just ask you first, what does I'm a father's first mean to you?
What a father's first means to me is that regardless of any other title that I can wear in life, any achievement in life that I make, that gives me a title,
Right.
I'm always going to be a father first. I'm a father of 3 beautiful children. Ezekiel Elliott being my oldest. I got a daughter named Leah, that's my youngest, and then I got Layla, who's on the way to The Ohio State University to run track.
Ohio State.
Yes.
So how do you, having a son that's in the pop, in the light now, popular guy who on America's team, I would call it that, because there's a lot of, light on that. How do you try to work with him to stay grounded and help him out in some of his decisions that he makes now?
Well, believe it or not, that work started the moment he came in the world. See, it's about how you raise your children. At a certain point, regardless if you play for America's team or you go into the workforce or corporate America,
Right.
as young men or young women, we have to grow into our own.
Right.
So at this juncture in my son's life and in my life as a father, I'm really there for as a support.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of the things that he's may need to hear, he's heard it before.
Right.
And trust me, when he sees me, he hears it again and again. I don't have to say nothing.
See, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So when you have a son where you good and you're working with your other kids, how do you keep them all at the point where you say you don't have to be like him? Be your own person, and as a father, you want to make sure they create their own lane per se.
Well, once again, it goes back to parenting.
Right.
I have a great wife, a great mother, who really has allowed me to be a father first. I don't think, honestly, in this journey in my life, you can be a great father without a great woman involved. Whether it's your wife, but definitely it's going to be the mother of your children.
Exactly.
So she has to understand that you are the father,
Right.
and you are a father first.
Right.
And even if you're not perfect, you have to hide his imperfections.
Right.
Because what we were yesterday is not what we are today.
Wow. That's right. That's
So my children, my daughter is a very accomplished track athlete,
okay.
an excellent student, on her way to The Ohio State University, largely because of my wife keeping her busy, taking her around the country just like we did with Ezekiel. Then my 11-year-old Leah is really not an argument. She's the best athlete in the family. She's a 3-time national champion in track right now. She has numbers that track athletes in high school have, but she's a great student, and her mom constantly stays on top of her and gives her the same as what she gave to Ezekiel.
Right. Let me ask you this. You're bringing up something. I'm sure you brought Ezekiel up in multiple sports in high school.
Yes.
How important was that for him to be where he is now?
Very important, because first of all, it's like diversity. When you're used to doing a lot of different things or being around a lot of different cultures and a lot of different people, it broadens your horizon. What I have learned too on a physical side, there's something called muscle memory. So when you're working all your different muscles doing different things, your muscles remember all those different things. It's not stuck into just working as though you was playing football. So you're running track, you're running the hurdles, you're high jumping, you're playing baseball, you're using your eye, your hand contact. You're using all these various different muscles, but the number one muscle you're using is your mind.
True. Well, sir, we thank you for your time. But real quick, being here in this event, and we know you're an ambassador, you do the King Talk. How was this event and you being able to talk to the kids like you do? King Talk is awesome. And being able to talk to these kids and instilling that wisdom in them. How has that been for you and how is that for you?
Every time I talk to young people or people in general, it does just as much for them as it does for me. It's my passion I believe it's my calling, it's my mission.
Right.
You know, to much is given, much is required.
Right.
So whenever I have an opportunity to share with young people, since they are very interested on the rise of Ezekiel Elliot,
Right.
it's always a blessing for me to be able to share with them on some of the principles that Ezekiel has used in his life that has made him great in what he does. The number one principle Ezekiel continues to use, he's a grinder. He's a blue-collar worker.
Right.
You can be the greatest athlete in the world. Some of the best athletes in the world with potential are in the grave right now.
True.
I'm sure you can go in your memory, I go in my memory, and we go back and think about those who we knew that no longer among the living.
Right.
Great athletes, great minds,
Right.
great students.
Right.
So that's what I try to preach, being great in whatever you do. Telling parents, look, don't tell your child when they're 7 years old, they're going to go to the NFL. You're setting them up for failure.
Setting them up, yeah.
In my son's journey, I have never sat down with him and discussed him being a professional athlete. Contrary to belief.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So what I have done is sat down and talked to him over and over about being a great human being.
And that's always gonna be. It'll just accentuate your talent.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just good to hear that. So now we got to see daughter at Ohio State killing it in track. The younger daughter killing it in track. So we're gonna be hearing from him. We'll be seeing Mr. Elliot a long time.
Team Elliot is in the house.
Team
man.
Elliot. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time.
I appreciate you.
And I would say go Cowboys, but I'm a Falcon fan. Y'all coming up here?
I say it for you. Go Cowboys.
Are you coming on?
I will be here.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to him again then, so we can talk to him. My co-host is a big Cowboys fan,
Okay.
so it's gonna be a lot of
Okay,
fun
it
talking.
would be my honor.
All right, yeah, hopefully we can get you in the studio, maybe.
Oh, let me know.
Okay.
I'll give you my information.
Okay. And we'll be talking to you. Thank you.